Hey everyone, J-Rob Plays here, and today I'm going to be making a video going over the rank system for Guardian Ranks, in this case Guardian Rank 7. So in order to complete the Guardian Rank 7, we're going to go through the requirements and I'll explain each one. The first one is going to be to complete the Final Shape campaign, so in order to do that, of course, you're going to need the Final Shape. For vendor rank ups, that's just going to be to do the activities that are inside of the Pale Heart until you get the Ghost Vendor to rank you up 3 times. This one here is going to be these final missions. If you're in the Final Shape still and you're kind of still working on it, let's say you've come back and you haven't played in a long time and you're just doing the Final Shape for the first time, that's going to be the quests that are available in the Pale Heart off to the right. Going to be these quests here. These require matchmaking, and they have a mechanic where you got to pass around a debuff or die throughout the entire encounter, and you have, of course, limited revives, so this is going to tell you which ones are the current ones for getting the pinnacle, and then from there you can also get some materials. But if you complete Iconoclasm, for example, that will satisfy that requirement. So the next step we're going to be looking at is going to be the Pathfinder. So the Pale Heart Pathfinder is the new kind of bounty system. They have that available also for the 3 ritual activities, Vanguard, Gambit, and Crucible. It's going to be here on the Pale Heart. It just has essentially bounties that you have to do when you're going out in the world, and as you satisfy them, you'll end up getting to the end, and then turning that in for a powerful tier 3. So you want to do this early if you're going to be doing this before you get your pinnacles, so that way you get your powerful tier 3 jump, and then everything above that is your pinnacles if you're trying to reach pinnacle cap. So the next step we're going to be looking at in the journey is going to be the seasonal journey, and this is just like the last seasonal requirements. You're just going to have to increase your season rank, and that's just getting XP. That'll be tracked in your season pass. Once you get further along, you'll have more unlocks, and as soon as you get to the level that you're required to, this will unlock and you'll be allowed to select it. So in this case, you're into 15. Seasonal challenges are going to be different than the weekly challenges. These are going to be the ones in your bounty situation here. Once you get into your bounty menu, you're going to click here. And so once you've reached here, you can actually see that I've completed already some from the last Guardian ranks. As long as I knock out all of these for the week, minus this Path to Victory, which will take a few weeks to do normally, as long as I get these 3 done, I'll be able to progress past that point. Now going back into the setup here, you're going to want to increase your reputation level with the episode Heresy vendor found in the last city. This is going to be a tablet. It's going to be available in Eris's apartment. Once you enter Eris's apartment, go to the top, you'll see like a kind of a cross in the corner. Once you get over to that cross, you can actually select on it, and then you go in there, and as you progress through the seasonal rank by basically doing the new activities that are part of the Heresy storyline, you'll get to the point where you rank up 4 times, and then you'll be able to select this and move on. This one here asks you to acquire episode upgrades. I'm not particularly sure exactly what it means by episode upgrades, because there's a couple of different things that you can upgrade in the tree that's inside of the cross, the Taken relic that's inside of Eris's apartment, and there's also a tablet that you can get that you can also upgrade as well. So for me, I just did the story all the way through until it required me to go to her apartment a few times, and then I had this by the time I got done. So this will just be done as part of the story. You don't have to go out of your way to get this. For Lodestar, it's asking you to defeat targets with the exotic weapon Lodestar. So once you've unlocked that in your season pass, and it'll be for everybody that has a season pass, it'll be this here, this trace rifle. You just got to go through, and you can do this in any activity. You don't have to go into a specific activity. You could even go into like a dungeon and just farm, like the Grasp of Avarice, for example, at the entrance and farm these out. For the seasonal playlist rewards, this is going to be increasing reputation with your Vanguard, Crucible, or Gambit vendors, and so that's just playing the playlist. Eventually you're going to get enough to increase their rank, so if you just grind through Vanguard Ops, and you'll get the stacking bonus for the reputation by doing it over and over again. You can do it that way. If you like playing Crucible, just play your Crucible like normal, and if you're one of the rare Gambit people, you know who you are, just same thing, just keep playing Gambit. Now this one is required is to activate perks from our seasonal artifact. Doing that is just getting enough XP to unlock the perk unlocks here. You can see I am close to a power bonus, but the artifact unlock perk is what I'm looking at the bottom. Right now I have 4 plus the one that you initially get, so you're looking at 5 now. And that's what it requires us to actually move into the next section. So now that we've got that selected, let's go and look at the next thing that's required. This is just the artifact power bonus. That's going to be doing enough XP to get artifact power bonuses. You saw I just showed a second ago what that looks like. It's just part of turning in bounties and playing the game. For Nightfalls, this is going to be threats and surges. That's completing the Nightfalls while using a specific subclass that matches the current surge. So once we have the Grandmasters, of course, that's going to matter as far as getting you your overcharges for your kinetic weapons. But right now we're just going to have the regular Nightfall, so all you have to do is just these here. You look at the Strand and the Arc Surge that are available. If you do Strand or Arc class, that'll satisfy that for you there. I've already done that in a prior season, so that carries over. If you've done the same thing, you won't have to do it again. For Platinum rewards, this one is to complete Nightfall and earn Plat. So from that one, you're going to try to do the hardest level that you can do on the Nightfall and get as much score as you can, killing every champion along the way. That'll give you Platinum. For Bane Empowered Combatants, this one is just a new kind of combatant that's in the Nightfalls. It has icons over their heads, and they'll do specific things like explode after a little while, or they'll have like a specific debuff that'll go off if you don't kill them fast enough. So you'll get this as part of clearing out a Nightfall and doing a good run. For champions, I have a video of this on my channel if you need some help with stunning champions, specifically for Barrier, Unstop, and Overload. You can go into any of the lost sectors that have champions, or any activity that has champions at the front of them. For example, on Europa, you can go into the Empire Hunts, I believe is what they're called, and those will have champions at the very front. And then you can then use any of these verbs: Blind, Shatter, Suspend. You can Ignite, and you have weapons that stagger them for unstops. For barrier champions, you can pierce their barrier, so you damage them until they put up their barrier. You can pierce it while you're radiant, when you have volatile on your weapon, when you have unraveling on your weapon, which is this season will have that plenty. And then of course you have the anti-barrier weapon that's for the season. Now from here, overload champions, you can either suppress them, you can slow them with stasis, including stasis turrets for example. You can jolt them if you're using the new setup now with the arc classes that are available. You're going to have a lot of jolting abilities, so that's a good option for you there. And then of course if you're running an overload weapon, same thing. As long as you get 6 stuns per, you'll be set for this. Now for commendations, this is one thing that you need to look out for, is early on in the season you want to make sure you're handing out your commendations, because while there is retroactive commendations, I ran into last season not having enough commendations to progress. I think past Guardian Rank 9 is where I got stuck last season since I didn't play a lot. Apparently you still need to get a certain point of commendations, because I've been 11 for forever, so I obviously have the commendations for that, but it either decays or it resets you down. So just if you're doing activities that allow you to give commendations out and get commendations, you want to request the blue commendations ahead of time, and you want to give out as many commendations as you can so that you can satisfy that. So that's pretty much everything from there. Once I get this done, then I'll make a video for rank 8 for you guys, and that'll be pretty much where we're going to be stuck, because the seasonal challenges are going to get past the point where we only have the 9 right now, so we'll be pretty much stuck on this one until next week, and we have more seasonal challenges to complete. Other than that, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them down below, and I'll be glad to help you out if I can. I'll see you guys in the next one.